Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Herders. I'm Rich.
I'm Nick, and I'm still alive.
Barely. I'm still scooting away. Cover your mouth. I'm still in the room. Wait until I leave, and then you can cough over whatever you want.
Alright, I'll go like this the rest of the show.
Yes, because I'm sure they will be able to hear you so well with that. Just as well as they can hear me with my hoodie in front of my mouth like this. But today...
The fire rises. That's my name.
Today is going to be Stream It. We're not going to do Pitch It, we're not going to do Play It. It is going to be Stream It alone. And once again, a nice, single, healthy stream.
Yes. No blowback.
No blowback. It's dangerous.
So what is Stream It?
So, every week we choose a different thing on Netflix. So far it's Netflix. We can go a little bit outside of that, but we try to stick to Netflix. That the other one has not seen, that we feel they should see or want them to see. Or are looking for reviews on, don't really want to watch ourselves, whatever the case may be.
That has happened.
That has happened. And then we come back the next week and we talk about what it is that we watched and give each other something else to watch for the following week.
Yes.
So, Nick, I gave you the...
And that's how Civil War ends.
Yep, that's Civil War spoilers. I gave you the new Netflix show... Real Rob.
Real Rob.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about Real Rob?
So Real Rob is a new Netflix show, original series, starring, developed, created by the real Rob Schneider. Hey, Batman. So Rob Schneider. It's his show. It's it was billed as being something in the vein of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Where he's kind of playing himself.
He's playing himself. He plays Rob Schneider. His actual wife is in the show as his wife. I believe it's his actual daughter is his daughter.
Okay.
I'm assuming because there's like 4 different Schneiders in the opening credits. It's a
lot cheaper when
it's a fictional version of his own life.
Okay.
Like Curb Your Enthusiasm. There's another show that recently debuted on Netflix that I've also seen the first episode of.
Okay.
I saw 2 episodes of Real Rob. I've seen 1 episode so far of Aziz Ansari's Masters of None, which has been widely praised.
Okay.
I love the first episode of that. The first episode of that opens up with...
You're derailing this real quickly. You just don't want to talk about Real Rob.
Well, I just want to, because they came out within a week of each other.
Was it that close? Okay.
They both came out in December. Masters of None, the first episode opens up with a sex scene in a dark, kind of like seedy lit room, like kind of like a red light. So does Real Rob. Almost the exact same
Really?
scene. It was very odd. They almost opened with a very, very, very similar scene. And that's where the comparisons end, because Masters of None was great. And Real Rob is awful. It is horrendous. And the first scene, I was kind of like, this is just like Masters of None. But it wasn't fun. And I was like, eh. But then the credits go, and I'm really annoyed, because it's just like Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider, and he did this, and this, and this, and that.
Written, directed, produced, and edited, and starring, and
his wife's in it, and this. And I was kind of like, oh my god, I was just getting mad at you. And then the next scene happens, and it's him at an airport, and there's like a thing happens, and I actually laughed. And I was like, oh, maybe this will be good. Nope. This show is awful. It is the worst attempt at trying to be like Curb Your Enthusiasm. And there was another show that...
Now, you like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. There was another show... Oh, and Louie. It's a mix of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where it's like the real life, like, it's trying to be like improvised, and people are... And then it also... It falls on so many devices to try and get through the half hours. Where it cuts to him doing stand-up. But, like Louie.
Yeah.
But it cuts to him doing stand-up, and you hear people laughing, but you never actually see that there are actually any people there. I don't think there was really people there, and I don't know what he's doing, and it's the worst stand-up jokes.
See, at least
but it's not played as a parody. It's not a parody of these shows. It's not him like deliberately doing bad stand-up. You know that he thinks he's making high art here. And he thinks that these jokes he's telling are hilarious. And then, so it does that to fall back on, right, the stand-up. But it also has interviews, like The Office or like Modern Family, where it's like, I've got this assistant and he's a bumbling idiot, and then it'll cut to his assistant. And it's so unbearable. And I almost didn't even watch the second episode because I was like, what am I gonna like? But sometimes with comedy, the pilots aren't always great.
Yeah, and you need an episode or two to kind of get
the second
into
episode's worse. Like, genuinely, I was just like, I'm out on this show. It has 1.5 stars on Netflix. It's not good, and it is no surprise to me that we have heard nothing about a season 2.
Yeah.
We have heard nothing about the show.
Well, I remember when I saw an article about it, and I talked to you, and I was like, this is happening? Like, I vaguely remember hearing something about this, but not really, and this is a thing?
Another thing that I will say about this is, I've never seen it, like, new on Netflix. It didn't pop up.
No, they buried it.
If you go on your Netflix, type in H, House of Cards will pop up. And one of the first things, oh, Orange is the New Black. I had to type in real and then R for Real Rob to pop out. To pop up in my search thing on PS4.
Well, I remember when I was going through trying to find something for you to watch, and I found something the night before, and I'd forgotten what it was, and so I'm like, oh, let me go look for something again, and I had to just keep scrolling and going through, and I was like, oh, Real Rob, perfect. Not so much.
But they have buried it. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it being bad.
There is now a morbid curiosity to watch this. But I don't know if I will. Probably not.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Is it better or worse than The Ridiculous Six?
It's honestly worse because I don't feel like anyone involved in making The Ridiculous Six thought they were doing anything good. I think that they just thought they were making a bad movie that people would watch.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that he thinks he's
like
making
he's
something.
trying.
Yes. And he's just no good.
See that?
And I feel kind of bad for him. And I've never really found Rob Schneider funny. But he has been in early Adam Sandler movies that I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm, he's done that. You know, he was in an episode of Seinfeld. He did SNL stuff. So like some of that stuff I enjoy.
Judge Dredd.
Making copy. You know, all that kind of stuff like I used to enjoy. And he always kind of struck me at, this is partially why I gave it to you, not just to torture you, but in case there is something good here,
right.
Because that maybe he just sort of got shoved into this role, similar to what Adam Sandler sort of becomes like, well, if people are going to go see these movies, why not just make these half-assed movies and just be done with it? That maybe given the right material and put in the right situation could really do something good.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean...
Maybe he still could,
part of me, and like I said, there's an early scene that I thought was actually kind of funny, and I was like, maybe.
Just maybe. No.
So that's Real Rob. I watched the first 2 episodes. I will not be watching the rest of them. Bye, Link. But I gave you a movie.
You did give me a movie.
A movie that, directed by by Antoine Fuqua. Almost, when did it come out? Like 90...
It's 2001.
2001. So it's been out for 15 years.
Yeah.
And still, to this day, every time Antoine Fuqua makes a movie, it's from the director of Training Day.
Mm-hmm.
Every time that David Ayer comes out with something, it's from the writer of Training Day. So, now you've seen Training Day.
I have seen Training Day.
What did you think?
I loved it. This was a movie that, similar to how I usually watch our streaming movies, I do it the day before we record,
Right.
usually late at night, where I'm like, crap, I still gotta watch this movie. It's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. Alright, fine, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. And I remember, I was going through Netflix and I found it. 2 hours. Crap, it's 2 hours. I'm gonna be up till like 1 o'clock watching this stupid thing. And then it starts, and it just throws you right in, and I was into it from minute 1 all the way until the end of this. I mean, I love how there's so little setup, but there's absolutely, they could have really drawn it out and oh, here's the cop, he's going in, he does this. Oh, here's the desk job, he wants to do this. It's just, here's him, here's his wife, here's his baby, goes to meet the guy, and boom, you're just in it.
Denzel.
And it does not stop. It does not stop.
Denzel is so good in this movie.
They both are.
Ethan Hawke's great too. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it just goes, and it's dark in places. It's uncomfortable, and I mean,
and you go through this transition with Denzel's character where it's like, okay, he's the rough cop. He knows the streets and he knows what he's doing, and he has a plan, and
you're constantly debating
yes.
Is he really
Is he
wrong? Is he bad? Is he crazy?
Where is this going? And then it's not until really the final scene that you're the final kind of third act, the end sequence. He's what he is, but the whole time you're kind of is this all just to sort of put Ethan Hawke where he needs to be to succeed in this area, or is he just nuts?
Yeah.
It's so good.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Every day he commands that, and
from this, when Ethan Hawke walks in that diner, and that just monologue at the thing and the newspaper and this and that, and he's got it. It's down. It's.
Yeah, I love Training Day. I've loved it since I first saw it back in 2001, and I mean, it's so crazy to me that Antoine Fuqua has never even come close to
what
making
else
a
has
movie
he
like
done?
So after that, he made Tears of the Sun,
Okay.
Bruce Willis movie, King Arthur with Clive Owen,
Mm-hmm.
The Equalizer with Denzel last year.
I do remember that.
He made that boxing movie with Jake Gyllenhaal this year, Southpaw.
Mm.
But I mean, he was that. I think that movie it's almost a perfect movie.
It's
I love Training Day.
It's so good.
And I would love to see Fuqua come back and make something like that again.
Training Day 2.
His next movie is Magnificent Seven, the remake with Denzel, Chris Pratt, D'Onofrio, a bunch of people.
That sounds really
comes out this year.
Could be into that.
And David Ayer, again.
So maybe that's what it needs.
Suicide Squad. Oh no, he.
I thought.
Speed.
Okay.
David Ayer.
Yeah, David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Yeah. Cool.
So I'm happy you liked it.
Yeah. If you have not seen it, go
it's
see
a doozy. It just was added in January.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's a good one. I like it a lot. Happy you liked it. So, this is the part now where we give each other something new to watch. So, what do you have for me?
All right, so I have a movie. We've talked about Oscars and stuff a lot, and lasting impressions, and this director and that director, and yada yada yada. And I remember on an episode or two ago, or a week or two ago, we were talking about Room. And this director's up. What else has he done? Where is this really going to be? Well, his last movie is on Netflix. It's a little movie called Frank. Have you seen Frank?
No, that's with Frank Langella.
No.
What is Frank? Oh, no, I have seen Frank. I have.
Frank is the Michael Fassbender.
Yes, I have seen Frank.
Okay.
I really like Frank. He made that? That's the Room guy?
He directed that.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I have a different movie for you.
Okay.
Then. I have a backup movie.
All right, good.
Different set. Yeah, I'm not like you. I'm not coming in here with a single movie and going, oh, crap, well, you got to rewatch it. Oh, I'm glad you like Frank. I'm glad you like Frank.
What is the movie with Frank? Robot and Me.
Yes, that's the Frank Langella, Robot and Me. But yeah, I really like Frank.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it's the same. I didn't realize that until I was looking him up, and I was like, oh, he did this, and
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Okay, so another one. You're a big fan of Community.
I am.
Dan Harmon, you've started Rick and Morty. You're kind of into it. You haven't really gotten too far, I think. This is the last we talked about it. So I hope you haven't seen this.
I have not. I think I know what you're going to tell me, because I always see it on Netflix.
You always see it on Netflix, and I don't know if you've listened to the podcast. I know we've talked about the podcast, but there's a documentary about the creator of Community and co-creator of Rick and Morty called Harmontown, which is the same name as his podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you that to watch.
That sounds cool.
Cool.
Cool. So, I only have one choice.
Okay.
But I know you haven't seen it.
If you give me Real Rob, I'm going to be really pissed off.
Well, I said I would. I said I wouldn't recommend. That anyone watch Real Rob. I didn't say that I wouldn't make you.
You're such a.
Because I want to get your take. I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see because you're also a fan of Curry.
Yes.
You had a curiosity about the show. We have talked about Netflix stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy.
I don't think you are. You sure you want to give me this?
I want to give you Real Rob because I want to also get your take. I want both of our takes on this. And I want you to, because I want you to answer the question because you hated Ridiculous Six. You asked me the question, what was worse? And I think Real Rob's worse.
Okay.
And I want to see if you agree.
I give you a movie this time.
Next time I'll give you something good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I gave you Training Day. You loved it.
I did love Training Day.
You gave me Real Rob. So.
And the week before we watched Ridiculous Six.
Yes.
So. No, what did you give me the week before? Because I gave you Melancholia.
Yeah.
And then you gave me something awful.
I don't know if it was awful.
I don't remember what you gave me. I don't even remember.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, the video will be up by now. I gotta edit it and put it up. I don't know what it is. What did I watch? Or maybe it wasn't a bad movie. I think it was just I was saying that I gave you a good movie afterwards.
I don't know.
I don't
this
know.
Is not riveting.
No, great conversation. I'm just gonna keep adding more Batman.
It's very easy for you. If you want to just watch just the first episode, that's fine. A half hour, you're done. Real Rob.
You are the worst.
And next week I'll give you something good. But maybe you'll enjoy it. I want to know if you laugh at the thing I laughed at. I want to know if you thought it was as bad as I thought it was. You've earned it.
You are such a dick. I hate you so much right now. I'm gonna keep having Batman stare down Baymax until he jumps.
Alright. Did you like have you seen Training Day? If not, watch it. Tweet at us what you think of it. Have you watched Real Rob? Don't, but if you do, let us know what you thought.
Because I gotta watch it, so watch it with me. I'll probably be tweeting about it as I watch it. I did it for Ridiculous Six. So if you want to see me tweet about it, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm Ash Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. You can email us at overabeerofficial@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/overabeer. You can find us on YouTube by clicking this video, and if you're not on YouTube, it will take you to our YouTube page. You just click somewhere, and whoosh, off you go into the internets of YouTube.
Blue yonder.
If you are on YouTube, though, you can search for us by searching for Over a Beer Nerders, and we will pop up. I don't have a custom YouTube URL for you guys yet. I know we have 32 subscribers right now, but we need 100 for that. And I know you all. We are 18 episodes into this show right now, and I'm sure everyone is sick of me saying this. So I need those 100 subscribers to make a custom YouTube URL, and we will be a more semi-legitimate channel. Seemingly so. I'm still over here playing with Batman, doing things like that. So you never know. But that would be great. So if you like our content, please subscribe to our channel, share us with your friends, all that good stuff. But I think that's going to do it for this week. So until then, we will see you guys next time.